Large-scale aquariums, like the ones you see at SeaWorld or the famous Shed Aquarium in Chicago, are marvels of engineering. Our next guest knows a little something about the challenges of large-scale aquarium design. Jarrod Baumann is with an outfit called Design West. His company, along with an international team, designed the new Sea Life Aquarium in Legoland, Southern California, that opened just a few months ago. Jarrod, welcome into Tomorrow. How you doing?
Great. Thanks to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. I guess you're finally breathing now that it's open and it works and it's and it's all there. But then again, you probably didn't have any doubt that it would be working because you designed it properly.
Well, it certainly helped the software that we used to visualize it, and it was a first one for some of the systems, the aquatic life systems that we had designed with the team. So, yeah, it was a relief to use a 3D software to do that.
I'll bet, because now in this case, it's not just another building. It's not just being greener. It's not just, making sure the structures will be supported. Now you're adding tons of water to this whole picture, and big giant plates of glass, and all this stuff's got to work right and got to stay where it belongs so that we can enjoy the sea life. Right?
That's correct.
And they can live comfortably as well.
Yeah, very much so. The life of those fish and creatures is of huge value to that aquarium.
What specific design challenges then were presented, especially because this was kind of a unique building in and of itself?
Yeah, basically, the complex networks of the additional piping systems. You have ocean water, fresh water. You have estuary water where fresh water meets the ocean. So they have all of those kind of exhibits there. Not to mention, there's a 175,000 gallon ocean tank is the center of the building. Really, the entire exhibit rotates around that. You walk around it, both floors. And so designing for all that humidity, all of that with the HVAC systems, we designed all of these with the 3D platform, and it made for a good constructible project.
It's a whole lot more than just saying, all right, let's put a really big aquarium up and then build a building around it. It doesn't quite work that easily, huh?
No, not so much.
You really have to plan ahead. How did, for example, the advanced computer-aided design play then such an important role? I mean, to be able to sit down and you can't just type in, okay, build me an aquarium, and poof, up comes a design. You have to do the design part, right?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest challenges was the team that we had was international. We were working with an architect in the UK. We were working with an expert on the life support systems from Germany because they had done many of these aquariums in Europe. And normally in our industry we meet face to face, and so we can kind of convey the design intent and the architect can show us. But in this case we obviously couldn't do that without great cost very many times. So the 3D software enabled us to do that, to be able to trade our models, our building information models, back and forth and really visualize whether or not what we were designing really worked, whether it fit, whether it fit with the theming that went along with that industry.
And it's not just a matter of the physical building, but you've got to make sure that it's enticing enough as well, because now it's a public attraction. So it's got to be different, it's got to stand out, and yet still serve all these things that in your design end of the world have to be functional.
Exactly. The engineering part to us is obviously the most important, but on their end at Legoland, they're worried about the end result and what it looks like to a 3 to 5 year old. So
exactly. And did you build the whole thing with Lego blocks? Now come on, tell me. and a lot of super glue?
No, it was tempting. It was tempting.
I'll bet. But yet you still probably had to do something that carried their theme to some degree, I would imagine, and incorporate that as well into design, right?
Yeah, there were design teams for the theming, but we had to work with them. That's one of the things that the 3D software helped them with, is to visualize what they had to work around in order for our systems to operate and keep things alive.
Gotcha. Well, you certainly have your work cut out for you, and again, now you're breathing that it's up and running and working and so forth, and on to the next project, no doubt. Yep. We invite you to visit their website, Design West ENG, as in engineering, designwesteng.com. Jarrod, thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you very much, Dave.